We did it last year and it turned out pretty amazing. So I thought I better crack on and do it again this year. Welcome to my 2024 goal setting diary.
Starting Deluxe. They started their cross country on April 11th from 24.5 and they should hold on to first place in the section there.
Lucky to have two such scopy horses. I've got the best horse in the world. You guys may have been with me at this time and some will not have, but on the 31st of December 2022 I made the executive decision that I was going to hold myself accountable and set my season goals with the horses, and I was going to post it online so that I couldn't do the little secret thing that I was doing where I write it in my journal and it is then private and nobody knows if I don't achieve it. No, I decided I was going to video myself saying what I wanted to do and then put it out there. So with that in mind, you guys are very, very welcome to watch, but this is also very much a video for myself, for me to hold myself accountable and also for me to actually set out my stall and commit to what I want to do. So let's get into it. And I thought best way to start off is to go through last year's goals. I'll put a link up top to where the old video was and you can have a look for yourself. But as a brief overview, I went through my highs and lows. I think we'll probably discuss that within this video anyway for this last year. But my goals for 2023 were as follows. With Maggie, she hadn't evented since her colic surgery for her colitis. And first and foremost, the goal was to go back eventing because I didn't know if she would come back. At the stage I did the video, she was dressaging and qualified for regionals, but I didn't know how she would take to consistently jumping again and going out cross country and eventing. So I really just wanted to event her again, but I was aware that that might not be possible. Yes, she did event again. I would like to hope that you might have seen, but if you haven't, go take a look at her first event. I was very, very emotional. I still am when I think back about it. For the horse that nearly died, she got to go eventing again. So we ticked that goal off. The next goal was to step back up to novice, which I thought it was a quest before her colitis, and then after her colitis it was a question as to whether her body was going to cope with that or not. It was completely and utterly unknown. And even though the vets had turned around and told me, other than the fact we didn't know what caused it, and we never got to the bottom of what caused it, because apparently it can be a bit like that with colitis. It's also one of those things that doesn't always reoccur. So I'm going to touch some wood now. I hope I'm touching real wood. Might not be real wood. Some wood in there somewhere. Wood. Okay, touched the wood. But fingers crossed, everything is going well and hopefully it won't reoccur. So we did step her back up to novice. She did it. We did it. We did our first novice completion, my first ever novice completion, and I had a real mental block about that. So the fact that I was able to achieve it was amazing, and a lot of it was down to Mark, who I said in the previous video, he's my mindset guy. I've worked with him since 2018 when I got to the stage where I didn't even go and do a dressage test, let alone jumping rounds, etc. And yeah, Mark does hypnotherapy and all sorts of other therapies to go with it, and I do contribute a lot of my achievement of going novice finally to him, and it's been a lot of sessions, but we got there. So yeah, they were Maggie's goals. Next on to Titan's goals. Titan's goals were a little bit wishy-washy, and I wonder if that reflected in the outcomes as well, or whether it was just how it was. Depends whether you believe in manifestation or not, I guess. So I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with Titan. I was thinking I might do unaffiliated with him, but wasn't sure what was happening with BE. And I figured I may or may not register him. But other than that, I wanted him to be fit and to have fun. I said I'd register him BD. I didn't register him BD. So as it was, I did register BE in a last-ditch attempt to qualify for badminton grassroots, because all will become clear later in the video, but I figured that it might be my last crack at qualifying for badminton last year. So even though it's not the be-all and end-all of my eventing career, I hope, I thought it would be nice to go. Apparently it's amazing. I've never been, so I wanted to have another go at qualifying. Oh, and I did want to take him to championships. I did want to do that. So yeah, we qualified. We came third at an event. We went to Frickley. Unfortunately, at Frickley, it didn't go our way. He was fit. He was feeling amazing. He was really going well. But we slid on takeoff on the way home and parted ways. So that was the end of that. But I did take him to some championships, and he was really, really good boy. And we did have some fun last year. So I'd say we achieved our goals, but not so specifically. As it was, I didn't event him that much last year. The ground really wasn't his thing, and he is 18 this year. He was 17 last year, and I just really want to look after him now. And he came away from Frickley sore after slipping, and I've been questioning it and putting it off for a while, but I will not be registering him BE this year. But we'll chat about the plans with him later when I do my setting for 2024. To round up the 2023 goals, we had Donati, and my aim was to do a B100 with him. I didn't know at what stage. I was hoping fairly early in the season, but I thought we'll come out at 90, and then I said hopefully relatively early we'll step up to 100. Now, as it was, Donut came out at the start of the season and he was feeling really good in preparations. I entered him at Osby 90 and Norton 100. As it was, Osby abandoned because there was snow on the ground, so we lost our 90 run and we came straight out at 100 level, and he was fantastic. He jumped clear in the cross country and he had only a pole down show jumping. I think he did well. I think he was top 10 or maybe 10th or something in a professional section. So he did really amazingly, bless him. And then the rest of his goals was to improve his skills and agility in the dressage and show jumping phases. I definitely think that still needs work, but we definitely did improve them. They're much improved compared to how he was before. And the other one was I got a little bit bold and I turned around and said, oh, I'd really, really love it if he could do a novice as well. And lo and behold, we finished off our season last year doing a novice and he jumped clear cross country. We had some poles down, but again, it's something we can work on, and was incredibly cool. And a bit as I mentioned with Titan, I did, with all three of them, have a little private goal of wanting to have a crack at badminton, because I like I said, it might be my last chance. And Maggie was out of it because her season finished early. She did do really well. She did her first novice. We also had our first win at 100 level. But she got a splint, so her season finished in July. And obviously Titan's run, so Maggie didn't get to go to her regional finals. Titan's regional finals, we ended up on the floor, or actually more specifically, me sat on a fence. And so the last chance scenario was Donut, and I had a choice between taking him to a 1-star where we were in the 100 league, or taking him to Little Downham regional finals. And in the end I decided, it took quite a lot of deliberation, but in the end I decided we'll go to the regional finals, because I also knew that I'd entered OSB novice at this stage, and I thought it would be a good prep run if nothing else. And we went, and he was amazing. He was one of the very few clear inside the time cross country, and we came 9th, and it was thrilling. But as it was for that point in time, it wasn't within the qualifying criteria for badminton. We had a pole down which knocked us out of 6th place into 9th, and 6th would have qualified us for badminton. So it was a shame. But it was one of those things, and as much as I fancied like going because it'd be a good jolly, like I said, there's other goals to be setting. And then as it was, when this event season ended, we extended the criteria to 30%, which means that we are going to badminton too. So they were the goals for 2023. There was a little mention of, would we manage a 2-star and would I have funds for it? We didn't manage a 2-star. I didn't do the 1-star because I was moving house, and it's a lot more costly to register FEI and run at FEI levels, and it's certainly a goal for me. But with moving house and it being the end of the season, it just didn't make financial sense, especially when I had the opportunity to run at a 105 at Little Downham. So they were the goals that for last year. That's what it was. You can go and check the video yourself. Now, let's step forwards into the new year. I'm doing this a bit later. It's in February. I've been too tired in December and January. To be quite honest, I think I hit burnout. So it's taken me a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things with everything going on. But I am now ready, and we're mid-February, so the season is looming. We're less than 3 weeks away from my first entered event, so it really needs to stop raining, and I really need to set these goals so that I get the wheels in motion. So let's start with Titan, shall we? So Titan, as I said, I don't intend on registering him BE this year. We didn't get many runs last year, and I was very upset when he came home sore from Frickley, which was understandable because he slid, but it also gave me a good reminder of what his age is, and he has had injuries over the years and previously, and I just want to look after his body. He's very precious to me. I want him to have as long as he can in his latter years. So I have set new goals and intentions for him, and if he feels really incredible and I fancy like doing an event, I can either do an unaffiliated or I can buy him a day ticket, but we don't need to buy him a membership for that. So the goals for Titan this year is, I do want to register him BD. I want to do some more dressage with him because he is very good at it, and it's less pressure on his body. You know, we're not going to be going and doing top level dressage, so it'll be less pressure on his body than the jumping. And I also quite fancy like having a go freestyle, doing a bit of dancing with my horse. So with that in mind, I think I will try and sort of put together my own freestyle music, because I think that will be good practice once I find the time to do it, but I will. And we will have a crack at that. And there's a whole host of BD championships, including the veteran championships, pet plans, and regionals, which then qualify you for either winter nationals or nationals. So regionals for winters are happening now. So next goal will be, because I've been too busy and preoccupied with moving to do anything for winters, so let's try and qualify him for summer pet plans, possibly summer regionals, and have a go at freestyle dressage. So I need to make that. And then the other goal for Titan, because I'm thinking up things that we can do that are a little bit different, that will keep him occupied and active. I really want to have a go at Liberty with him. So, you know, training him to be free and do tricks, basically. Somebody that does proper Liberty will probably describe it so much better than me. And also ride him tackless, because I love riding him bareback, but I haven't ever taken his bridle off. So let's have a crack at that. So if any of you guys have a good suggestion of who I could approach to help me teach him Liberty, because I do not have a Scooby-Doo. I mean, he reverses on voice command in the stable, and that's about it. He is very trainable, and I think he'd probably be quite good at it, but I do need a lot of guidance. So do let me know down in the comments if any of you guys have a suggestion of who might be a good coach for the Liberty work. But they are Titan's goals. Dressage championships, dressage to music, Liberty. Let's go to Donut next. So Donut has obviously qualified for badminton. So first and foremost goal is to get to badminton, because he's been off most of winter with a abscess. So I will fill you in about him a little bit more in another video, but we need to get to badminton, and I want to go and do the best we can possibly do there. Who knows what will happen in May, but wouldn't it be a dream if we managed a top 10 finish? So that would be amazing. I also want to get more established at novice. We've got the first one under our belt. I've got my first novice cross country clear. So I would like to do more novice. And this is when Donut and Maggie's goals intertwine. So now I am talking both Donut and Maggie. So I would like them both to get more established at novice. I would like myself to get more mileage at novice, because I haven't ridden at that level beyond the 2 completions I've had so far. And with that, if we're doing well enough at novice, we might manage to get ourselves a qualification for GAPCOM, which is the Festival of British Eventing, which is the equivalent of Badminton Grassroots, but novice level. So there's either the choice of doing the novice championships, if I get the qualifying criteria, which I believe it's similar to badminton in that you, when you're qualifying for regionals, in that you either need a certain amount of double clears or you need top 20% placing type of thing. I'll get that finalised later on. But with your qualifications, you can either qualify for the novice championships, which is a novice championship, or the restricted novice championships, which I believe is run at intermediate novice level, so it's slightly harder. So I would like to get them to GAPCOM, whichever level. I'm happy with either. I'd be thrilled with either level. And I think there's an ROR one, but I don't think Donut qualifies because he never properly trained. he was a bit too useless, a bit too clumsy. Shouldn't call him useless. He is far from it. But yeah, so Donut, Badminton, both of them get established at novice. Both of them go to Gatcombe. Both of them do a 2-star. I'm really setting my stall out now, but we're going to do it. I want to do a 2-star on both of them, probably a 2-star short rather than a long. And I want to be in a financial position. So this is a more personal goal. I want to be in a financial position that I can register them FEI myself and enter them, because it is very expensive. And just as a bit of a side note, I'm obviously standing on my feet so much more now. I'm moved out of home and funding a lot myself. Mum obviously helps out a lot, but to all intents and purposes it is standing on my own 2 feet, and I'm running a new startup business. So this is an important goal for me, that I'm so proud that I can be doing this at this stage, but I also want to keep progressing and keep the momentum going on the business front so that I can afford to do the entries that I want to do, because it is the cost of quite a nice holiday to enter 1 horse, let alone 2. So yeah, Badminton, novice, Gatcombe, 2-star. It's going to be a good year, guys. And there's one other sneaky one, and the people that are a little bit more clued up about Badminton grassroots might have got the hint when I said that I'm hoping that this is my last chance to do it, because you out-qualify yourself after you've done a certain level at BE, so you can't do badminton once you've done an intermediate. I would love to do an intermediate this season. That would be making me want to cry. And I've not even done it yet, but I want to really badly, really badly. I don't know why. I want to go up the grades. I want to progress, and I finally got the horsepower that either of them could do it. So again, it's a goal for both of them. There's a lot of factors. There's making sure that we're confident. There's making sure that we've got the mileage, that we're trained to a well enough standard, that we're fit enough, etc, that everybody's sound. I want my horses to go through. I want Maggie to complete a season, because she's not done a whole season, really. She's throughout her career, she's had so many stop-starts between being a young horse during COVID, etc. So she's got to complete a season this year. That's important. She's got to stay okay and healthy. Yeah, so there needs to be the soundness and the preparation and the readiness, because I won't go and do it if we're not ready. And I want to do an intermediate before the season is out. I've put it out there. That's very scary and very, very emotional for some reason. I don't really know why, but that is it. If you've stuck with me this long, thank you. Say hi down in the comments, because I'm amazed, because I've just rambled today, because this is more a video diary for myself, but I'm happy for you guys to watch and come along with the journey and aim for the goals with me. So yeah, if you've stuck with it this long, thank you and well done. And yeah, I'll just wrap it up and say thank you so much for watching, and let's see where these goals take us this year. So if you want to see where the goals take us this year, make sure you press subscribe, maybe turn on notifications, because I'm a bit variable about when I post these days. And yeah, like I say, leave me a comment. Let's have a chat in the comments. Speak to you soon.